Within the Paper Mario games, there are a variety of glitches that can completely break the games. Paper Mario 64 had tons of out-of-bounds glitches which could skip big parts of the chapters in the game, and many to this day are used by speedrunners to save lots of time. It's understandable, since this was back in the Nintendo 64 days, and lots of games had crazy glitches that will make for some interesting results. Super Mario 64, for example, can be beaten with only 1 star thanks to the out-of-bounds clips and overpowered backwards lawn jump trick. So when we go forward a generation and talk about the GameCube's installment to the series, the 1000-Year Door, you think that it would be more polished of a game. But while not as broken as the original, you would be surprised at how crazy it can get. Sequences can be completely broken, allowing you to beat certain chapters multiple times. Some others can only be partially played for reasons I'll probably discuss in another video. This one, however, is going to be spent going over a specific item found in the game used for upgrading partners. In the original Paper Mario game, partners could be upgraded by seeking out super blocks. Each party member could be ranked up 2 times, meaning that a total of 16 super blocks are in the game. In the 1000-Year Door, this was changed to shine sprites. These were physical items that could be obtained by Mario upon striking the blocks. 3 were needed to upgrade once, resulting in 42 of these items since only 7 partners can be obtained. What's very interesting about this, however, is that the player can choose to ignore getting them if they want. This means that if you grab one in a chapter, and then trick the game into thinking you are in a previous chapter, when you go back to the chapter you got the shine from, it won't respawn. This makes it essentially impossible to have more than 42 shine sprites at once. But while almost all of them are found in the overworld, there is one specific shine sprite that you don't get from a block, and this can be found in the game's 6th chapter. This chapter centers around solving a variety of mysteries on the XS Express. What we are interested in, however, is this little bomb right here. You are tasked with guessing what he wants for his birthday. Through some clues, you end up giving him an autograph from the train engineer. As a reward, he gives you a shine sprite. So theoretically, since this is vital in completing the chapter, then if we trick the game into letting us restart chapter 6, we could get another shine sprite from him. This would mean that technically there are 43 attainable shines you can have at once. To start off, on a new save file we will play normally until partway through chapter 2. At this point, right after defeating the group of 100 Jabby, we will perform a trick known as Goombella buffering. Basically, we have around 4 frames after hitting X to move Mario. By doing this, we can clip into the loading zone without actually loading the next section. By activating paper thin mode, we will then clip along the out of bounds section, and once in an optimal position, drop down to the pipe. To keep the punies from being lost, we will simply jump right when landing and go down the pipe. By doing this, we can proceed through chapter 2. This trick we just pulled off skips 2 different triggers for this chapter, getting the super boots and ground pounding this floor panel right here. If we do either of those after completing chapter 2, the game will think that we are still playing the chapter and reset the game as if we haven't yet completed the Great Tree. What we need to do now is play the game until we complete chapter 6. This means that we'll get our first shine sprite from the Bomb-Omb along the way. We'll also pick up the Ultra Boots, which we can use to get the Ultra Hammer back in Rookport. Now all we have to do is go back and ground pound this panel right here. We do this specific trigger because you would already be forced to come back and get the super boots as they are vital to completing both chapter 3 and 4. Now we can use the Ultra Hammer to break the stone and get access to Poshley Heights. You could use a train ticket here, but if you decided to sequence break the game to access chapter 6, then it's possible that you don't have the ticket. But simply entering the train from Poshley Heights will reactivate the chapter without said item. After playing through once again, like before, you will receive a shine sprite from the small Bomb-Omb, and checking the menu confirms that Mario indeed received an extra shine sprite. You might be wondering what happens if we go back to Merlin with this item, and honestly, I don't know what happens. This is because it is impossible to complete chapter 6 a second time for reasons I'll probably further explain in a different video. But once you arrive at the Riverside Station, you essentially soft lock the game. This means 2 things. First of all, it is impossible to take the shine sprite back to Rookport. Second, if you save anywhere on the train once chapter 6 begins, your file is gone. You'll be stuck at Riverside Station, unable to proceed through the game. Technically, this also means that there are 101 obtainable star pieces in the game, as you receive one from the Toad Waitress in exchange for giving her the shell earrings she lost. But like the shine sprite, this cannot be taken out of chapter 6. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll be getting out plenty more TTYD content such as glitches, so if you want to see more, then make sure to subscribe. I've only scratched the surface in terms of what you can do to break this game, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video. I've been Nintendo Black Crisis, and I will see you guys later.